New alliances with Sunni militias have reduced attacks on American troops in Anbar and elsewhere in Iraq. But will this new strategy lead to lasting stability, or is it feeding a sectarian civil war? A team from the Pulitzer Center on Crisis Reporting traveled to the U.S. Army's front lines and to Baghdad's massive internal refugee camps to investigate.
Captain Wolgamuth took us out to what was once the most dangerous stretch of road in his region.
It's safe.
2 months ago, his unit faced an average of 4 attacks a week here.
As we come through, you'll be able to see the security here. I mean, these guys do a fantastic job standing out here every day. 24 hours a day, they're on security. We'll dismount here and we'll start walking through the neighborhood and you'll get an idea of the change. Isket talkat. Isket. Just asking them how many bullets they have, how they're doing.
Although Captain Wolgamuth and his troops call their new tribal allies freedom fighters, the Americans are well aware that yesterday they were called insurgents, and that the diplomatic task of holding together this new alliance is both delicate and daunting.
Every one of these guys shot at us at one time in our life. Oh, there you go. Look at the freedom fighters. Assalamu alaikum.
The Army uses a combination of incentives to keep their alliance together.
I owe him $1,800 for the...
Captain Wolgamuth hands out money for construction projects, and he offers help to families trying to get their relatives out of jail.
Yeah, he's asking where his son is. Kadmiya, Jesh Shurta. Yeah, tell him we're going to work to get him released. The problem was when we came in here and we arrested everybody. If they had more than a weapon in their house, they went to jail. But now they're... Can you please help us? Our fathers, our sons, everybody is in jail. Everybody has a relative in jail, and we can make some huge friends if we can help to release them.
والله ما عنده شيء. ثق بالله. والله ما عنده شيء. والله يعني بريء هو وأخذوه.
On the ground, America's Sunni tribal strategy has powerful critics on all sides. Back in Taji, Captain Wolgamuth's reconciliation efforts are subjected to a horrifying test.
I'm getting word right now that it was a car bomb down in Jerfamala.
Oh shit, let's go!
Okay. Roger, let the Niner know that we close.
As Captain Wolgamuth's men arrive on the scene, his Sunni tribal allies draw their weapons on Shiite Iraqi army officers, who they blame for letting a car bomber through their checkpoint.
I
want you to get on the speaker. Everybody goes home or they go to jail right now. Jedi 5, Dagger 6, go. Hey Roger, you're about to have a civil war on your hands. The problem is that V-bed went right through that IE checkpoint and nobody stopped it and nobody searched it. And now every person in this town is going to kill those guys.
Captain Wolgamuth's alliance survived its first attack, but across the country the U.S. strategy is contributing to sectarian tensions.
هو السبب لأنه يعتبرونا احنا ردنا الأمان والسلم واحنا انحصرنا من جهتين من القاعدة ومن جهة ربعنا ما يسمى يقول بريء عنهم الجيش المهدي.
The fighters in Taji talked as much about the Mehdi army, cleric Muqtada al-Sadr's Shiite militia, as they did about the Al-Qaeda enemy the Americans have enlisted them to fight.
يعني الجيش المهدي يعني شو نقول ما يرحم فد نوبة ما عندهم حتى أي إسلام، الإسلام ما عندهم يعني عشان كلهم إيرانيين.
The bombing was almost certainly carried out by Sunni groups opposed to a Sunni tribal alliance with the Americans. So why were people here afraid of the Shiite Mehdi army? There weren't any Shiites in the town of Falahat. The so-called freedom fighters told us that the Shia had gone. Even the new American base in Falahat was in a Shia family's old house. Why had the Shia families left? We found them in this slum on the outskirts of Baghdad. This stronghold of the Shiite militia is considered too dangerous for the international media. We are the first camera to film with these internal refugees. The Sadr office says that 14,380 refugee families have already registered with them in this neighborhood alone. That's between 150,000 and 140,000 people. Shiite residents who left Falahat now crowd into these tiny cinder block houses.
تهديد قبل القصف بين تخلون البكان أوراق ومنشورات، وطلعوا من المنطقة. هاي البكان مو لكم تابع، وصار القصف يعني مركز على البيوت. وانا بيتي حاليا هسه معرض للقصف، هاون انضرب وهاون بعده لحد الان ما مجور. بعد ماكو عندنا حل الا نطلع من البيوت، لان طينا ضحايا هواي. هم الارهابيين لان سبع البوص سقطت 15 يوم بالتحديد، فرغت طبوا الارهاب بيها، بس هي بال 15,000 بيت. يعني بعد ما عندنا شيء الملكه بصراحه.
There are no schools here and no doctors. None of these cinder block houses have running water, and residents walk in the 120-degree heat to get polluted tap water from a hose. The Iraqi government provides no aid to these people. The UN doesn't exist here, and foreign NGOs will not even let their staff visit these neighborhoods. The scale of this crisis is astronomical. Nationwide, campaigns of terror and sectarian cleansing have forced between 4 and 6 million Iraqis to flee their homes. Adnan Ali al-Kadhimi, the deputy director of the Iraqi Red Crescent, says that even though attacks on the US military have decreased in Anbar, Shia families have not been able to return home.
Very small numbers had managed to return, but then they did not stay for long. And immediately after they faced the danger, they had to escape back.
As time passes, the new sectarian divisions solidify and become more permanent.
استاذ سلام، رجعت عندنا عوائل وقتلوا خلال مسيرهم في الطريق.
يما من بدايته راحت مرة منها راح تجيب الحصة مالتها هي وبيتها، بيتها صغيرة، ذبحوها على الشارع.
The road home for the Shiite families of Taji is made more difficult by the Americans' new strategy. The refugees say they know exactly who it was that bombed their houses and cleansed the Shia from the region. Sunni tribes American soldiers are working with.
العشائر اللي تسكن هناك فلاحات.